In today's Razorback Daily, we're recapping Arkansas's game against Louisville last night. Plus, signing day is in the books, and it's time to officially welcome Coach Silverfield to the Hill. We'll dive into it all. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man Matt Zimmerman, and you're listening to the Razorback Daily.
All right, welcome back to the Razorback Daily. We appreciate you joining us, the Razorbacks, off this big 89-80 win over the 6th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. We got one of the conquering heroes right here. First time he's been on the Razorback Daily with us, Meleek Thomas. Meleek, feels good to get a good win like that at home. The crowd. Now, that's the crowd you're going to play in for all the SEC games. And what did you think about the crowd, first off?
I'll really just say the crowd was great. The crowd was amazing. Showed up an hour early, I heard, which is a blessing. Like, for them to be there for us an hour early in the cold, I know how the weather feel out there, so it's just great for them to show up for us. And I thought the crowd was everything plus more to begin with.
Yeah. Well, Louisville's got a really good team. We know that, and we played so well. And early in the second half, we're up 20. Things were clicking, and you could name like 6 guys that were playing great for the Razorbacks. What's it like when so many guys are playing well, you're scoring like that, you're playing good defense? That's fun basketball.
Right. I would just say the key to that is just togetherness. Everybody knows that somebody's going to have an opportunity, have a chance to thrive and shine. My moment one time, Darius another, Billy another, DJ another. Like, everybody's going to have their opportunity just because of our depth. Yeah. So to play amongst guys like that is just special. It's a blessing. I know if my night's not going the way I wanted to, I know somebody going to pick up for me in some areas. So it's just amazing.
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting how we did our man-to-man starting off. Like, we know Brown. Of course, you know Brown well. You played with him and against him and everything else. And we had Nick out there guarding him. We did all kinds of different things, and it caused their guards a lot of problem. And their 2 guards, who are good players, they go 11 for 35. They're 5 of 25 from the 3. They're 2 starting guards. Talk about that defense on 2 pretty good players.
Our main emphasis point for us going into this game was just switching it up and giving them different looks. Make them uncomfortable. Don't just give them one look the whole game so they can adjust and figure it out from there. So we switched it up on them, gave them different looks all game. Our bigs did a great job. A lot of times for a long period of time throughout the game, did a great job on their guards. And just our defense, I'm really proud of how we played defense tonight and gave them different looks.
Yeah, I agree. It seemed like a lot of times they were having to shoot it a little high. You know, guys were coming out there, and they were really having to arc the ball. And then on the other end, Louisville can rebound the ball. We were getting offensive rebounds, 18 offensive rebounds. Louisville only had 24 defensive rebounds, and we had 18 offensive rebounds. We had guys flying to the glass. Talk about that rebounding effort.
Huge for my teammates, like huge. I'm gonna probably text them about it after this interview and just tell them how appreciative I am for the rebounding effort, and that's really ultimately what got us through the whole game and got us to win. Just extra second chance points, more rebounds, and when you keep rebounding that way, it takes some hope away from the other team.
Yeah.
So,
and Louisville, for as good as they are, they did have a little trouble guarding us off the dribble. And so, like Darius, you were able to do it. There were several guys that at times were able to really drive them, and then that opens up everything for our offense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Darius did an amazing job with it tonight, just playing the pick and roll to the T, in my opinion, just taking what they gave him and making reads, oops, layups, just everything. But our team's that versatile to where if somebody's not having it going, then we know we could beat somebody off the dribble for sure.
You know who was 1 rebound short of a double-double? He came to play tonight. You know who that was?
That was TB.
Well, TB had a great game. It was Malik Ewan.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? He was 1 rebound from a double-double. He brought it in this one.
Yeah, Meleek Thomas, I just want to give a lot of props to him. He was special tonight. We need him to play that way every game because we know he can. He's a great free throw shooter, and he made some big time free throws for us today. He rebounded for us, and when he plays with that energy alongside Nick Pringle, we got an amazing front court.
Well, you talked about those free throws from Meleek, and he was 6 of 6 at one point, and I think on the season he made his first 15 in a row. Yeah. I was like, Maleek's going to stretch a long make streak, and then he finally got up there and missed one, but that's still pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like you said, he made 15 in a row. And that's special for our big. That's special for sure. And he ain't missed one, he missed two. So I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna get on him about that. He can't miss two in a row, but no, he doing well for sure.
Let me ask you this: can he make 15 in a row again at some point this season?
Yes, he can. I feel his next 15 will go in.
That's pretty good. I like that. Well, there were so many positive in this game. We talked about the rebounding. We drew way more fouls than those guys. It just was a complete game. But let me talk about the bench. So in the tough game with Duke, I think we outscored them 31-6 off the bench. That's 25 points. You're a part of that bench mob. Mm-hmm. You and Meleek and Billy. And then in this game against a good team, 39-11, Arkansas. That's 28 points plus on the bench. Right. Talk about this 3-man bench crew we got going.
Probably the grittiest, toughest, most like we wanted. I don't know any 3 that come off the bench that wanted more in college basketball than myself, Malik Ewing, and Billy Richmond. Like we talk to each other going into the games, like watching how everything goes. We talk to each other sitting over there on the bench. Like when we come in, we know what we're about to bring to this game. We know the energy level. We know how it's going to go for us 3 when we get in, just because of how we play and how connected we are as a team. So yeah, I just know that we want it.
I gotta give you props because you're getting anywhere from 17 to 20 every time you go out there. That's a pretty good luxury off the bench for any team to have a guy scoring like that. You score 17 in this one, your points are usually loud. This seemed like a quieter game. Of course, a lot of it has to do with you were 8 for 9 at the free throw line. That's quieter. But talk about your game in this one.
My game in this one, I would say, was just super simple and smooth. I didn't want to do too much to force it. I know, like, the tougher the game goes, the more scout they do for me to just get it up. So I was just filling it out this time. I didn't have a few shots early, got off the ball, seeing it go in a few times, and then from there on, make my free throws and then take what the game gives me, and that's how that game went. Yeah.
And then last one, great team win. And I like the fact it was a very minor little dust-up, and you were in there. You were getting after it over on the side, right over in front of Gucci Row, across from their bench. And then when the referee said they wanted to look at it, I was like, well, Meleek didn't do anything, and they're a big guy. I didn't really see him do anything. But then I saw it, and it was Billy. Billy, he came up to take up for you, I think. And not that you needed it, but he came up there and kind of walked by him and hammered him pretty good. I like the fact that you guys, you kind of fight for each other. Talk about that. You may not have even seen it, but it's kind of nice that teammates got your back.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't see it at the time, but I just know how Billy is as a person. So once I heard that Billy did something, I believed it immediately. Like, he didn't even need to. And I was hearing from my coaches, they was like, Billy, you don't need to. Don't do it at that time. But when you send a message like that and just to let the other team know, like, no, I got my brother's back, that's huge. That's special. And it's vice versa for everybody on the team. If that were to happen for anybody and I would have seen it, I would probably be the one getting a double take. But I just know that we all got each other like full circle for sure.
Yeah, and it worked out good because Billy got a tech, their guy got a tech. You got to shoot 2 free throws. How about that?
For sure.
So there he is, Meleek Thomas. We appreciate you being on the Razorback Daily. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you for having me.
At Arvest Bank, we've got loans and we've got lines of credit for almost anything. Need to improve your home, consolidate debt, or purchase a new vehicle? Then apply online today at arvest.com/loans. That's arvest.com/loans. Go on there, check it out. It's not going to hurt anything. Equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval. Craig Shy is the local president of Arvest Bank up here. Awesome man. And these folks are good people. They will help you. Go check them out, arvest.com. All right, Quinn Grovey, now we slide over to Razorback football after the big basketball game last night. And Quinn, a big day today. It's been done since Sunday. Coach is on about day 5 at the in Razorback Nation, but he gets to stand in front of this state for an extended period of time today, and we will have the press conference, the press ceremony, and that will be really nice, folks. You can go to Hogs Plus and you can watch this for free. For those of you that subscribe to Hogs Plus, as always, we appreciate you. We know you spend $7.99 a month, but you get a lot of great stuff. We really think it's well worth the money. But you can get on there for free if you're not a Hogs Plus subscriber, and you can watch the ceremony. That's
4:45.
Really nice.
4:45, Z. 4:45 p.m. when it
4:45. So
starts.
folks, get on there and check that out. It's going to be nice. It's a big opportunity to see the coach and to see what he has to say, and it's important. And we're expecting great things from him. Anytime we get a coach, we expect wins. We expect championships, and hopefully that will happen with our head football coach coming in, and he can do it. And so you'll get to hear how he is planning on doing it uh, later on today. That's awesome. And we'll have some folks that'll get the chance to meet him afterwards. That'll be nice. Some of our former players, some critical Razorback donors, financial contribution situations, all that for Coach after the press conference. So that's going to be nice for many. Not everyone will get to meet him. He can't meet the whole state in one day, but it's going to be a big first chance in front of the public for Coach Quinn.
Well, he did the right thing. I mean, he got here, and his main focus was recruiting. I mean, really trying to get that signing day lined out the way it needs to be lined out. And I mean, he's flipped some guys. He's flipped some great in-state players that are going to come back to the University of Arkansas. That's really, really good. And then also he's done a big media tour as well. I mean, Jim Rome, Razorback Daily. Can we put ourselves in the same context?
You're dang right. Well, but to me, we know a whole lot more about the Razorbacks than
That's exactly
Jim Rome ever
That's
thought about
right.
knowing. I can tell
That's
you that.
exactly right.
When he can start talking about Ron Calcagney and Ben Cowens, and then we're going to put him up there with us. But until that, he's just going to be a national voice.
Okay.
How about that?
I like that, and I think that is all true. That is a true statement right there, because we understand how deep.
Take care of your own, Quinn.
Oh, we understand how deep it is.
Else.
We got it. We got that. We understand that. And so he's been able to get out there and do some things like that. So he's doing the right things. I mean, recruiting, trying to get out there from a national standpoint. And then you talk about the celebration. Now he's going to get a chance. I mean, it's a public event. And so you get an opportunity to kind of get to meet him and touch him and feel him and see how everything is going. And so it's good for Ryan to really engage with the Razorback fans. I mean, look, this fan base is something special. And I think he really gets it. I mean, basically, from the times we've talked to him, I think he understands how really passionate this fan base is.
Yeah, definitely. So I think he's seeing that already, how important it is. And it is very, very important. Memphis has a good fan base. They probably have, 500,000 people that support them on a daily basis, will keep up with their stuff. In Arkansas, I always say we have 5 million. And got the people in this state minus maybe 5% that don't. But this is a 3.5 million people state. And then we probably got another 1.5 million in Texas and Missouri and Louisiana and Kansas and everywhere else that are Razorback supporters. And we have fans all over the world. And he's got 5 million people that are ready for this Razorback football team to come off this 10-game losing streak. So we're already excited about next season and what that brings. And September will be here before you know it. It's a long time away. A lot of work has to be done, but it's coming. Quinn, signing day started yesterday. The big thing, obviously, on Monday, his second day on the job, his first full day on the job. He got some key in-state guys to flip. Now, folks, we cannot talk recruiting on because we are tied through the University of Arkansas and the Razorback Athletic Department. So if it's a sports talk radio show, they can talk about recruits or we can't until they're signed and all their paperwork's in. So this all happened on Monday, but the in-state guys flipping Quinn was really, really important. Players going to different schools, players that have been committed to other major institutions, whether it was Oklahoma, Missouri, Oklahoma State, one that had decommitted from Oklahoma State was probably heading to Ole Miss. It ends up at Arkansas. A lot of guys flipped to the Razorbacks. That got a lot of people excited about Coach and the prospect. And he's kind of doing this with a makeshift staff right now. He hasn't announced all his people.
Yeah.
He brought his general manager here right off the bat. And he brought them in. And we know some other spots that he's going to fill, but that's not been out public yet. And so he's worked with some of our current staff. I think some of this current staff, you never know. Some of these guys may very well end up here. We've not been told that. But a lot of them are still here working, still grinding. So that's going to be very, very, very interesting. So Coach has a lot of decisions to make about the staff, but mainly through him, his general manager, Maybe some from our front office help. I don't know, Remy and that crew. But he got some guys to flip, and that was a huge positive on Monday, Quinn.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I think that showed Razorback fans that, I mean, this guy is really, he has an opportunity to really make a difference. And so when you get guys that, your top players in this state that decide to go somewhere else, and then you get a new coach in, and just within hours of being named the head coach, you've got an opportunity to flip a couple of guys. And so that says a lot about that, and it says a lot about the power of the Razorback. Look, everybody in this state that plays football and grows up, they want to be a Razorback. You just got to give them a lot of times you give them a reason not to want to be a Razorback. And this is a situation where, Ryan's come in and reached out to those guys, and now we've got a couple of guys that have played on big-time state championship teams. And, I mean, you want to be able to keep the top guys in your state. We don't have a whole lot of guys, when you talk about high school football, we don't have a whole lot. But the ones we got, man, you want to keep those guys because those are culture guys. Those are guys who really understand how to help your program understand. I mean, let me help this guy from California or help this guy from Illinois to understand what the hog is about. When you get guys like that, that's a big deal. And so he's flipped some guys, and so I love to see that, focusing in right there on the great in-state talent that you have. You don't want those guys to get out of here. And now he's going to focus in on a lot of other players as well.
Yep, love that. And generally we get the in-state guys, but you're right. We have missed some.
We missed a lot.
Yeah, and we want to narrow that. We just got to make sure that the next Keith Jackson coming out of Little Rock Parkview comes to Arkansas, doesn't go to Oklahoma. That Leon Searcy doesn't go to Miami. The great Tailback Williams from over in East Arkansas. D'Angelo Williams, great player. Razzle from here in Fayetteville. It was a great player at Colorado State that then played in the NFL. It was a Fayetteville kid. You're going to miss some. But we want to keep that to a minimum, a bare minimum. And we want the kids in this state that if they don't get recruited by Arkansas, hey, by all means, man, go to Louisiana Tech, go to Missouri State, have great success. Just don't come in the SEC. So we got to play you.
Well, I mean, but also those Z with that. You talked about it before we got started. There's always a kid from Arkansas is always going to have that one eye looking over at Arkansas. And so if you go to Louisiana Tech, if you go somewhere else, keep that great relationship with those guys, because there's always an opportunity with the way the rules are, the transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. They can always come back at some point in time. So you may not get them the first time, you might get them the second time.
Yeah, especially now. That's a good point. Like Courtney Crutchfield, it was a big recruiting battle. He didn't come here.
Yeah.
He went to Missouri. He was there 9 months, and 10 months or whatever it was. And then he's a Razorback, and he comes back here in his second year of college football. And so that's good. Let's talk about some of these guys. A lot of hype about the kid from Bentonville. They had a pretty good season up there. Blair Irvin, he's a wide receiver, not very big, I've heard 5'11" or so, but he's fast and quick and got, they say, great hands. Really, really good. Quinn, you can add anything if you know anything on these guys. Tucker Young, Hot Springs Lakeside, great school. And Eric Mateos. You hear what I said, Quinn? Eric Mateos.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Mateos.
I heard you.
Did you hear what I said? Here it said, Tara, Eric Mateos.
I heard you.
Eric Mateos says.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear.
Right. Eric Mateos says best offensive lineman in the state. And twitched up and didn't take any.
You know what?
Yeah, didn't take any poo-poo. And so Tucker Young, all right, welcome to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tucker, let's get to work, man. Let's have about 4 great years here and then go be a NFL star. Terry TJ Hodges. If he's TJ, that's probably Terry Jr., so props to his pops. Terry TJ Hodges. Bryant, Arkansas, the powerhouse of Bryant. Bryant was beat the other night. Who were they playing? Is it Conway?
Don't matter.
They were beat the other night. Who was it? They were down 14 with like 3 minutes to play, won the game.
I know it. Crazy.
I can't remember who it was. Sorry. I don't know. But 4-star running back, big time prospect. Rivals, who I always liked rivals when I was coaching. They they pay pretty good people to keep up with stuff. They got him as the number 2 prospect in the entire state, TJ Hodges. TJ, welcome to the
He was the one
Arkansas.
who was committed to Missouri, but we flipped him.
Okay,
So
he was one. Okay, good info. He was committed to Mizzou. And you know what's interesting on that, Tara? Mizzou's kind of, I coach there, so I still keep up with them on some stuff. And they've been really, I don't blame them. They've really been pushing in their social media. And I've heard him talk about it. He hadn't called himself running back U. I mean, they hadn't won a Heisman or nothing, but they've had some good backs. Hardy was outstanding this year. They had other back was really good this year, too. It was Hardy's backup, Roberts. And then Quinn, the kid they had from Truman State that ended up being like, did he win the Doak Walker or something?
Oh,
The kid they had 2 years ago.
He
was
got
animal.
drafted by the Denver Broncos. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly. He was a load. That dude was a load.
Tremendous 2 years at Missouri.
Yeah.
Stunning to come from Truman State and to do what he did in the SEC. And then they follow that up with a couple other good backs. Missouri's been getting running backs, and for Hodges to say, I'm not going there, I'm coming to Arkansas. Just what
Thank
you
you, Mike
talked about.
Washington. Thank you, Mike Washington.
Thank you, Mike Washington. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ben Cowens. Thank you, Roland Sells. Thank
That's
you,
right.
James Rouse.
That's right.
How about another Bryant Hornet? Powerhouse school, 6'1", about 200 pound linebacker. Ja'Cory Smith. Love how he spells it. Jakore. Ja'Cory Smith, Quinn. He was going to the Oklahoma Sooners. He's another one of the players.
Wait, you know what they do at Oklahoma? They play a lot of defense. And so for a linebacker to flip, knowing you're going to go to a guy like Brent Venables to flip, to me, that's really a big, big thing, because I mean, you're saying I'm going to leave that because I want to come back to the University of Arkansas and help this program out. That's huge in my opinion.
That really is. That's big time. Well, the fifth guy we're going to talk about, he was one of the 4 that flipped. One of the 4. And I've not met this young man, but I've been hearing about him nonstop for 2 years. An assistant coach that I hired out of the University of Arkansas, Nathan Morris, Dr. Nathan Morris now. He was a great coach, and he went to 3 state championship games coaching girls basketball at Lone Oak High School. He was at Dardanelle, Camden, Fairview, Lone Oak, and now he is the superintendent, Quinn, of Wayne Martin's old school, Cross County School District.
Oh, yeah.
And the tornado hit Wynne, Arkansas, unfortunately, and a lot of people were impacted by that terrible tornado. And Danny Beal and a lot of those Wynne folks ended up at other schools because of the destruction in Wynne. And Danny Beal ended up at Cross County Schools. And I've kept up with Cross County's teams because of my relationship with Dr. Nathan Morris. And they struggled some. They'd win a football game, lose a football game, win a football game, lose a football game, lose 3 football games in a row, win a football. And he just kept thinking they could be really good in football. And they are in the state championship game on Friday, Quinn, with Danny leading the way. Folks, he is 6 foot. Nathan's about 6'5". He listed at 6'4", 330. Folks, when they're usually listed at 6'4", that means they're 6'2" in the college basketball world. But Coach Morris said this guy is big. Quinn, 330 pounds. He's a 4-star by everybody. He's rated.
That's the thing about it, though. Wait. You talk about the height in basketball. I can promise you, the weight in football is always lower than what it shows.
So they're a little bigger and heavier than it shows.
Yeah, that 330 is a compliment. I mean,
You think he's about 350? I'm gonna ask Nathan. I'm gonna ask Dr. Morris
saying.
what that kid weighs. Quinn, they're in the state championship game on Friday. Congratulations to Cross County Schools, the Thunderbirds, the T-Birds. And he is the number 7. Listen to this, Tara. Danny is the number 7 defensive tackle in the entire class. I'm not talking about in Arkansas. I'm talking about in the country. The country, Quinn. And that's by ESPN. And so this guy, Quinn, was being recruited. Coach Pittman was recruiting him. Ryan Silverfield in Memphis was recruiting him. All these schools are recruiting him. kind of blew up during his junior year. And Quinn, he committed to Oklahoma State. I think they came in there, blew him out of the water. There's a lot of ways.
They had.
There's a lot of ways to blow somebody out of the water now in recruiting.
Yeah, that is true
that however
too.
You want to, young people across the state. But they blew him out of the water, and he committed to Oklahoma State, and he had an offer from Arkansas. And then Coach Gundy gets fired. He asked for his decommitted. He didn't have to ask for nothing. It was a verbal. He decommitted. Quinn, he just went to Ole Miss a few weeks ago. Kiffin and that crew were recruiting him at Ole Miss hard. I mean, this is not a guy that had 2 offers. This is the number 7 defensive tackle in the country.
Yeah.
And he had everyone wanting him here late. And there are financial considerations in that as well. You know what I mean, Quinn? Number 7 defensive lineman ain't coming for free, folks.
Nope.
And the huge announcement. And he wanted to be a Razorback. And Dr. Morris said, I felt like he wanted to be a Razorback the whole time. But when Oklahoma State came in with a hard recruiting to him, he went to there. So now he's a Razorback. And we're going to have him for a good, hopefully the whole 4 years, 5 years, whatever. Danny Bill, this is a big-time recruit, Quinn Grovey, Wayne Martin territory.
Hey, he's bigger than Wayne Martin. I mean, we used to call Wayne Martin Big Cherry Valley. I mean, you know, we called him, he had 2 nicknames, Cherry Valley and Harvey Jordan. We used to call him Harvey Jordan because for Dallas Cowboy fans, there used to be a defensive end named Harvey Martin. And then we used to call him Michael Jordan on the basketball court. So we gave him the nickname Harvey Jordan. And so, I mean, Danny's bigger than that. I mean, you know, Wayne was taller, but from a weight standpoint,
Slender.
he was under 300 pounds. But 6'4", 330, that's a lot of beef. And from what I understand, great feet, very athletic. And so he should cause problems in a big way.
How about that? Danny Bill, man. Welcome to the Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm excited to meet you up here. And then the last recruit we're going to talk about is Kendrick Williams. And he's a Fayetteville kid. I love that. We've had some good luck with Fayetteville players over the years. Brooks Ellis, Greenlaw, been so many. Football, basketball's had a lot of Fayetteville high school kids. He's a defensive back. He's the number 11 overall prospect in the state of Arkansas. I think he may have been committed under the previous staff, which is all fine. We wanted, that's good. And he has stuck with it. And we've had other players that were coming to Arkansas that have stuck with it, that we've stuck with their commitment, did not flip on the coaching change. There has been some flipping, yes, that have gone away from Arkansas. You've probably seen that online. We don't talk about that. But we're glad that Kendrick Williams is coming. And folks, that's a 2-way street. The coaches that recruited the young man to Arkansas and they commit to Arkansas, they don't know if that coach is going to be back, or they already know Coach Pittman's gone. That's maybe the reason they were coming. So there's a lot of reasons they commit, or it could be our staff gets in here and says, okay, we got this player committed. And they're like, well, he's not really what we're looking for in that position, or we don't want to put too many players. We don't want to sign too many from that position. I don't know. There's a lot of different conversations, and it's a 2-way street. It's the way that the student athlete's going, and it's the way that the school's going. Sometimes those aren't going the same direction. And but how about it, Quinn? It looks like a really, really, really good class. I do think that Bill and Young and the 2 Bryant kids, I think that really shores up this class.
Well, I just think coming in and flipping guys who are going to go somewhere else is huge. I mean, they understand the Razorback, they understand the state, and that's a big thing. Again, I think those guys can help you build the culture that you're looking for. And so got to give Coach Silverfield a whole lot of credit right there in doing what he's doing. And then the next biggest thing is going to be, you know, trying to figure out, once we get this class signed, what's going to happen from a transfer portal standpoint, because that's where you can really impact your entire your entire team in a big way.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So this will continue. There's going to be a lot more kids signed. This is just day 1 of signing day. There's going to be more signed down the road, and then we haven't even got into the portal. We will keep updating you, and Tara will keep us in line, and we will keep you informed as we build this football roster. Quinn, tonight, women's basketball will be in their SEC ACC challenge. and they will be. This is just weird that SMU. We talk about them in the ACC, but SMU has got the Razorbacks tonight, so that'll be entertaining. I was looking some at SMU stuff a couple of days ago. They do not have a good record. They have struggled. The Razorbacks had a tough loss to Harvard. Did not play well, and Harvard had a good team, and some of our really good players. Talia Jones played okay, but Yvette didn't have her best game, and Bonnie Dees sure didn't have her best game, and Emily Robinson, who's really good, didn't score. They just it was just too many key components for Arkansas. Didn't play well, lose to Harvard, but you get a chance to flip that and get a good win against SMU. Maybe the Lady Mustangs, maybe just the Mustangs, but either way, the Razorbacks and SMU women's basketball tonight. And folks, it's on a different spot than you normally would find. They're going to be on the
TV?
ACC.
It's not Baller TV?
It is not Baller TV in the
Okay.
Trevecca Nazarene Gym. This is going to be on the ACC network. And believe it or not, I flip over to that ACC network sometime. I think they do a pretty good job. I like the ACC network. Just kind of the people they got. I like it better than the Big Ten. I know you're thinking I was going to say better than the SEC network.
No, you
the
weren't going to
SEC
say
network's
that.
the best.
You're not going to say that.
But I do think I like the ACC network better than the Big Ten network. So you can check the Razorbacks out tonight. Women's basketball, 6 p.m.
Well, all right, Xantera, that's how we'll wrap up this edition of the Razorback Daily, the Sporting Story production. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmerman.